quick story that broke actually right before we were going on air. We mentioned how last week, Shedeur Sanders wrapped up Brown's minicamp by putting on an absolute show. Finished that first week of camp, 41 of 53 passing.
Still putting up these phony numbers.
9 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Respect.
Highest completion percentage, most touchdowns of any of the 4 quarterbacks in the competition.
Easy.
But as Rob Parker pointed out, the only problem is he's also the only quarterback in Brown's minicamp who did not get any reps with the ones.
Thank you. None. Zero.
Flash
Nada.
forward to early Tuesday morning at 12:24 a.m. to be exact. My guy Shedeur was cited for driving 101 miles per hour in a black Dodge pickup truck through the streets of Ohio, 41 miles per hour above the speed limit.
Wow.
He's either got to pay himself a fine or he's going to have to fight this in court like the rest of us minions.
All right. I have a serious announcement that I need to make. And this is serious.
Okay.
I love Ben and his wife, Erin.
Thank you for that confession, Rob. We appreciate it.
If I'm the Browns and I'm seeing this going on, I'm going to have to pull the plug on the Shedeur Sanders. He should be cut immediately. Okay. I'm not serious, but I'm serious. And I want to say this.
Okay.
Backup quarterbacks, 5th-round picks should be seen, not cited. It's the worst thing you can do. That's not that. Do you know what I mean?
No argument there.
I know. Obviously, I'm playing about being cut,
Right.
but that is not what you want, because once you become a distraction and you start doing stuff, that's when it's easier for people to say, "Do we really want this? This is not." Came to Cleveland. People make mistakes. I'm not saying he's got to be perfect, but this is not what you want. This is just, you could avoid this. You don't need to be driving. You could have a driver. I mean, you can talk about all kinds of stuff. Don't make yourself a distraction when you're not in the plans for an organization. And that's all I'm saying. I think it's just a bad look.
I just think you don't have the built-in equity to do this. Lamar Jackson, not that he would or should, but if he were to get, speed, we haven't heard much about Lamar getting in trouble, and if for one time he got, he got caught going 41 miles over the speed limit, the Ravens would say, hey, this is our guy. He's been a model citizen. Something happened. And we'd all
People
go, all right,
make
people make mistakes. No big deal. It's Lamar.
That's why they put erasers on pencils.
Yeah, and when you're fighting for your playing career life, you're trying to make a team, this is something you don't need. And let me add to this, Rob. When you're coming in already, the more so than your play was the noise and the things surrounding you, right? Because anytime you and I've had an expert on and something, they all say, look, we know the tape said he was a second round pick. What is the expert? Oh, the tape says he's a first pick. First round pick. Everyone agrees on that. The
Except
issue
for
was
the people who actually
and
made
that's
the
what we
picks.
hear. His bad interviewing. He thought he was too arrogant. He took it lightly.
He didn't do his
So he
homework.
didn't do his homework. So that's some of the reporting that was out there. My point is, you can't have these type of issues when that's what's coming in. Is the noise, it's the outside stuff. Because we already know, for the most part, the football stuff's going to be there. And I think he's going to ultimately end up being the most talented player on the quarterback roster. Whatever they decide to do, we'll have to wait and see. But you can't have this. Now, again, we've all gotten a speeding ticket. Is it the worst thing ever? No. But you can't do this when you don't have equity built with the team. And that's a lesson everybody should know, whatever your job is. If you're the new person and you're trying to climb up this ladder and they can potentially see you as expendable, you can't come in with any drama and with any issues, especially when there was concern about outside drama and issues. So I think he'll be fine. I don't think it's the worst thing. I think they'll talk to him. I think they'll actually mention kind of what you said there. Hey, man, we got drivers. We got people. Just, work with us. If you need something, call us. Slow down. But at the end, the last thing he needed was drama around his name when he's trying to finally separate himself from that and make it just about the football.
Right, because it's not now. And you got another story, and now it's got to be in the news. What he's going to do. Is he going to fight it?
Is he taking it seriously? Is he growing up enough?
You know what I
It's
mean?
just stuff
Exactly.
he didn't need.
It's a storyline and headlines that are going to be out there. And it just didn't need to happen. I mean, and he didn't just go 5 miles over the speed limit. That's
wild.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever 101 or 100. Was it 101, Rob G? You said that, man. I had to challenge it too. That's a whole just to go check on my challenger. I wasn't getting up there like that.
Rob G, we talked about the Raiders or receiver.
Henry Ruggs. Yeah, he's been doing some podcasts.
Well, he just like apologized to the family, and he was driving over 100 miles an hour and killed a young woman. Like he's in jail for 4 or 5 years or something like that. Like I
think he got out early.
No, he's trying to get out.
He's trying to get out.
I mean, it's like a release, to go speak to people, but he's still in jail.
There's no defense, obviously, what Henry Ruggs did because he was under the influence, everything like that. But if you wanted to, play devil's advocate, Henry Ruggs, according to Nick Saban, Josh Jacobs, was a great guy, stand-up guy, never got in trouble with anybody. He made one horrific decision, according to them, and it cost someone their life. So Shedeur Sanders, to your point, great kid, never did anything wrong. All it takes is one bad decision to really ruin someone's life.
And that's the worst. Well, you've heard me say this off the air because we talked about things. That's one of the worst things about life is that oftentimes the one time you did something or that thing you did can kind of derail all the good stuff or all the other times you did it the right way. That's one of the bad, kind of sucky things about life at times. But it is a part of life.
It is. But people make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's difference. Getting behind the wheel when you're drunk, driving over 100 miles an hour where somebody else could be involved. This is where somebody else, a passerby, a standby, you know what I mean, a pedestrian or something, or somebody in another car can wind up getting hurt or maimed or killed. That's why those things are so dangerous, and it catches your attention.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times it's the person in the car with you sometimes. Like you get in an accident, you're fine, the driver, and your friend lost a life.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, so again, we were on the same page that not the worst thing in the world. He's whatever, I don't know, 21 years old, whatever it is, 21, 22. It's just you didn't need this right now. You shouldn't be doing it, period, but you definitely didn't need it right now as you're trying to fight for a spot on the team, fight for, I'm sure he feels he wants to be a starter. These little things, outside noise doesn't help at all.
And it's going to be interesting just to see, how the Browns handle us or what their response. Rob G, did they even have a response? Yeah. So
they'll have one probably tomorrow. They're working on it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What they're going to say.
And Shedeur, I mean, I'm not saying he should be cut over a speeding ticket. Obviously not. But how do you handle this? What do you do if you're the Browns? Would this lead you to not want him to be there? Do you know what I mean? Like, could you tack on? He's a 5th-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
They already have how many quarterbacks? 5?
Yep, 5.
And most teams, there's not enough room. You're going to have to let somebody go. And already you could look at him as a distraction. And the season training camp hadn't even started, and we're already talking about something off the field. If you're the Browns, how do you look at this? Would you be bothered by this? Is it just a one-time thing and nobody got hurt and we're glad and we'll move on and move past it because of his record of, we don't know of any other stuff? Or is this a distraction that you don't want around when you have a 5th-round pick?